Hey kids, welcome back to school. And your version of school that you're doing is going to be completely online. And for strength and conditioning, whether you're in my first period ninth grade class or whether you're in my advanced or my regular 10th through 12th grade class, our class is going to be structured the same. Some of the content that we're going to be going over and some of the workouts we're going to be doing are going to be different. However, the meat of the expectations are going to be identical to each other. You can see behind me what the expectations will be each week. And I'm going to really take today to just let you know how our Schoology is going to be structured and what the expectations are going to be on my end. So I'm going to get my face out of the way here, and I'm going to start talking about strength and conditioning. So as we go through this, first of all, you're going to be able to see my face a lot. Obviously, my kids who are face-to-face get to see me with a mask on. But just want to give you a little bit of history about me for those of you who don't know me. I did teach at Eastview High School for about 11 years, and then I took a leave and I went and coached college volleyball. And then I have been back now. This is going into my fourth year. So I've been involved in our weight room at Eastview High School since 2002. And then this summer got back into helping out with Supergroup. I'm also one of the volleyball coaches at Eastview and teach wellness as well as some of our Phy-Ed classes. This is my crew that I have at home. My husband is a teacher at Echo Park Elementary School, and then I have a son who is a junior, and then I have twin girls who are going to be freshmen, and then I also have a seventh grade son who goes to Scott Highlands Middle School. When we look at the critters I have at my house, I have two dogs. One is Ginger, she's the red one, and then I also have Quinn. Ginger is 5, and we call her the crabby grandma. She really doesn't have a lot of time for other people or even her little sister puppy. But then you got Quinn, who is a little bit psycho. We call her the Psycho Ninja. She is very sneaky and very agile. As you can see in the picture here, she actually was stealing tools from me as I was replacing the faucet in our kitchen. Yep, took me a while to find that screwdriver. A couple things with your iPads, and I do need you to check this once we are off. So if you need to take a screenshot right now to look at this slide, or if you really want to make sure you take care of this, write it down, whatever you got to do, I need you to make sure that you have a school managed Apple ID. So if you notice how it's formatted on here, this will be your ID number. Then it's at appleid.district196.org. Now, if you do not have a login, like if you're not signed in with any Apple ID and you don't know what your Apple ID and your password are, we need you to do one thing. If you are signed in with an Apple ID that's different than how this is formatted here, I need you to do something as well, and I'll get to that in a second. But the other thing is making sure we keep our iPads up to date. Now, your cohort, more than anyone, is going to be using their iPads so much more. So we really need to make sure that we're keeping them fresh, we're keeping them up to date. And the one big thing about being able to have that school managed Apple ID is, most importantly, you get 200 gigabytes of storage on your iPad. And if you don't have that Apple ID or you're not logged into the right one, you don't get that storage. So I'm going to show you here in material for all cohorts. You're going to open up that, and what you're going to do is click on this link. I need a school managed Apple ID. It is a Google form, and all you're going to do is type in your ID number, your first name as it's listed in campus, and your last name as it's listed on campus. And when you do that, I'm going to be able to send that into our tech office, and they are going to be able to send you the information that you need to update your Apple ID. But again, also making sure that you keep your iPad up to date. We should be on 13.7 at this point, so please check that as well. So how that looks like on your Apple ID, you click on your name here or where it says sign into your Apple ID, and this is how it'll be structured. Yours will have your ID number here at appleid.district196.org. If you're not sure how to check for your updates, you go into settings and you tap general and then tap software update. And then this was mine just a few days ago. I did need to download and install 13.7. So you click download and install. And then once it's up to date, it'll look like this, where your name will be on the left and your iPad iOS is listed as up to date on the right. A couple screenshots in Schoology, and I'll show you our live page here in a second. This is obviously examples from our 9th grade strength and conditioning class. So 10th through 12th graders, yours is still going to be structured the same way. We are going to have 1 week at a time on here. So once you open up that week, it's going to show you some content in here. Now this right here where it has the date for Monday, you're going to actually tap on that and it's going to open up a web page. Upperclassmen, if you had me or another Phi Ed class last quarter of last year, this should be familiar to you because it's going to be structured the same as that. Those of you who are new to this, okay, you're just going to roll with what I'm talking about. So again, I'm going to take us to Schoology right here. You're going to click on materials, and then I'm going to open up week 1. What you'll see in here is that we have an academic day. Okay, we'll have an online workout, first one, second one, and third one. Now, those are going to be expected to be done on the dates that I have listed here. So if I click on this academic day, you're going to notice it pops up with this. Okay, so this is going to be the lesson. We're going to be talking about heart rate zones, RP, and the talk test. You're going to watch the instructional video below. You're going to complete the worksheet and notability, or you're going to print and write your responses. Either one's fine with me. They just need to be submitted, and I need to be able to read them. And then you're going to submit it into Schoology. So this video is about 10 minutes. I don't like to keep them any longer than that just for attention span purposes. But you also can see the slideshow, and here's a link to the video here. I do keep everything on YouTube because I feel like it just works a little bit better than doing it in Google Drive. Task 2 is you're going to do the exit ticket. You're going to click on this exit ticket and you're going to answer those questions pertaining to the lesson that I went over, and you're going to submit it right here. Okay. When we do our workouts, let me back up a step here. So let's go to workout number 3. Now this is going to be done the first Thursday or Friday of our week, so next week. And again, it tells you exactly what tasks you're going to be doing. So you're going to review the lesson plan. You're going to do a dynamic warm-up. You're going to choose your intensity from beginner, fitness, or athletic, depending on where you're at fitness-wise. You're going to choose a cool down, and then when you're done, you're going to answer the questions that I have at the bottom. So again, here's our review video. Here's our dynamic exercises. You get to choose which workout you want to do. We have beginner, fitness, and athletic level. Okay. You're going to go through and you're going to give me your RPE or talk test. Again, that pertains to the lesson that we do on Monday. And then you're going to just either stretch or do the roller, and then make sure that you're submitting that exit ticket. And this is how it's going to look right on your iPad, so which is really slick for you guys. So each day, make sure you have your iPad. And again, if you have a computer and an iPad and you can multitask your screens, that's awesome. A lot of these workouts are designed, or the way I've structured our page is to design for you to turn your iPad and be able to read it directly off your iPad. It makes it really easy for you guys. So please make sure that you have that iPad ready to go. Each academic lesson is going to be in something related to exercise physiology or movement, especially us having a strength and conditioning course. I'm really going to focus it more on that strength and that conditioning component. And then also you need to make sure that you complete those worksheets and those exit tickets to turn in on time. Now, when we're looking at the topics that we're going to cover throughout the quarter, we have a variety of them. The big ones are going to be how we're going to measure effort at home without heart rate monitors. We're going to talk about EPOC, which is how much burn you get calorie-wise after you're done working out. We're going to talk a couple different components of yoga. It's going to be flexibility and mobility. And we're also going to talk about controlling your breathing. We're going to talk about sports nutrition. We're going to talk about different types of HIIT workouts, which are high intensity, shorter workouts. And then finally, we're going to talk about aerobic versus anaerobic exercise. What I need you to do, and really getting this done even before next week would be fantastic, is you're going to go into the folder where it says material for all cohorts, and you're going to complete the strength and conditioning intro activity. Again, since I don't get to see you guys face to face, it's really nice for me to get to know you a little bit better this way. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me in Schoology, or you can even just shoot me an email, but make sure that you're sending it to not my app's email. I do not use that one. I don't check it. You have to send it to my rebecca.egan@district196.org email. And again, you can go back and watch this video as many times as you want. I know I talk pretty fast, but just let me know if you have any questions. All right. See you guys later.